So, Barnsley versus Luton. I've always liked Barnsley. Why? Because when we've signed their ex-players, they normally do well for us, and we still have a couple of ex-Barnsley players within our squad. Although most of them haven't actually been a success here at Luton, we still have the one Barnsley player that has been a success, and that is Jordan Clark. So hopefully he is back from injury and he's going to feature at least at some point in this game, because I do believe we miss him, especially how he progresses with the ball through the centre of the pitch with his dribbling ability, and we do lack a little bit of creativity in our games. But away from home, we normally do okay, and in today's video I'm going to give you my thoughts going into this game between Barnsley and Luton. Like I do with all my match previews, I will talk about the game before for Luton, that was against Rotherham, and then I'll introduce a opposition fan called Tom with his thoughts going into this game, and then at the end of the video I'll give you my thoughts as well. Before I do though, smash the like button, let me know your score predictions and how you are feeling going into this game down below, and if you are new to my channel, hit that sub button. I really want to hit 6,000 subscribers very soon. So, for Luton, we played against Rotherham in our last league game. We decided not to call the game off due to international call-ups, and it didn't go the way we thought it was all basically going to go. We wanted to win, of course. We wanted to win because we were the home side. We are in really good form. We're still unbeaten under this little mini, 5-game period under Jack Wilshere since his first defeat as Luton boss against Mansfield. But the game was a really boring game, wasn't it? We just couldn't create chances. And this has been a problem because when we play teams at home, we just can't break them down. They put 11 players behind the ball and then we struggle to break them down. And fair play to Rotherham, their game plan worked. They had loads of injuries up top and also in defence, so they had to do what they had to do. You know, respect that. But at the end of the day, they got the result which they wanted, which was not to lose, where we felt we should have done better. And our home form has been a problem, I want to say, since the start of the season, especially in playing entertaining brand of football. It has been a tough watch at times, especially at home. But away from home, we are having a lot more success. And this is because teams, you know, when they are the home side, they are looking to win the game. And that's where more space opens up for us to exploit, and that's why we've been having a bit of luck away from home. I want to say luck. We've actually deserved to win some games away from home, using our quality to create chances, to score goals. We're not finding it difficult to score goals away from home, and fingers crossed we don't have a problem this weekend against Barnsley. I don't think we will, because Barnsley, I think their defence isn't the greatest. Their strengths are further forward. They can score goals. They will have plenty of opportunities. So plenty of tests for our defence and for Keeley in goal. But yeah, I'm actually a lot more confident going into this game against Barnsley than I was for the game against Rotherham. But before I go into it, let's hear from Tom, who is a Barnsley fan, with his thoughts going into this game.
Hi, I'm Tom Webster. I'm from the Red All Over podcast, and thank you very much, Lewis, for inviting me on your show to talk about Barnsley and Luton. Obviously playing this weekend. You sort of wanted a bit of a background of Barnsley, of our season so far, and I suppose it can be described as a bit of a football cliche of it's been a game of two halves, really. Started off quite well, just a nice attacking football under Connor, and it was fun to watch, and we were winning games. First international break comes along, and then we come back after that full of beans, and it sort of it fell apart. We've been it's been poor results and not great performances since then. Picked up a little bit at Bradford, and obviously we beat Donny last time out, just before this international break. So it's a bit of a strange one, and this season as a whole, the whole league is a bit strange in the fact that teams you'd expect to be at the top aren't really at the top, and teams that are at the top weren't really expected to be there so far. It's a bit of a strange one going into this weekend. Looking forward to it though. Looking forward to seeing some ex-players. Mads Anderson mostly, but obviously you've got Jacob Brown there as well. I think going forward we're pretty good. And you've probably heard a few of those players, DKD and Adam Phillips, for your Hatters fans that are a bit more knowledgeable. But it's probably as best new player. Well, there's a couple really, but it's Kelly, and he's just come back from international break with Northern Ireland, making his international debut. He only got 20 minutes at senior level, but I think he's one to watch out for on our front, and also Reyes Cleary may cause your right back some issues there. However, I can't see us beating you, which I'm sure many of your fans will be happy to hear. So my score prediction for this one, I think it's going to be a high scoring game, and I think I'm going to go 3-2 to you guys. But again, thanks very much for having me on, and hopefully you don't beat us at the weekend. But anyway, good luck for the rest of the season.
Big thank you for Tom for featuring in today's video. He is part of the Red All Over podcast, which is a Barnsley supporters podcast. So I will leave their details down in the video description for all things Barnsley related. So make sure you go and check them out. So, as I've already referenced, I am more confident going into this game than I am for the game against Rotherham. And it's just because I feel like Barnsley, they are going to try and win this game. As Tom mentioned, they've had a up and down type of season where they started off well and then they fell off a little bit, and then they've picked up again and they're going in little waves. But I feel like in recent years we've had quite a good record at Barnsley, especially picking up 3 points. But also away from home, I feel like our style kind of suits us away from home. And I just feel like Barnsley, they are going to go for it. They are going to try and win the game. And that's where our quality will just show. Now, there is a question mark in terms of the attacking output, which we are producing at the moment. We do need to change something, because I wouldn't want to see the same starting 11 that played against Rotherham. I don't think Nahki Wells and also Jerry Yates are the correct striker partnership. I think, one, they're too similar. I feel like Yates just doesn't look good at all. I think he's 10 yards away from everything. I don't understand how he justifies a start, if I'm being honest with you. Nahki Wells, apparently he was playing with half a knock. The same with Richards as well. We've got a massive squad at Luton, and I feel like Jack, he needs to make sure he uses it. You don't need to push players through injuries to play games with, used players. They're not going to get many opportunities under Jack, especially if some of them are going to go in January. So let's see what they are more than capable of doing. I want to see more Bode. I really like Bode. I think he's raw, and you just don't know what he's going to do. He can also play out wide. He can also play up top. There's been reports that Mads Anderson, he isn't 100%. We don't need to play a back five in this game against Barnsley. We can play a back four. I would love to see, it's not going to be similar to Stockport, but I wouldn't mind seeing Isaiah Jones push further forward and maybe Hakim Adofin playing right back in this game, and see what we can produce down on the right hand side, and maybe Kadir on the left hand side, and just change it up a bit up top, because I feel like we're becoming a bit too predictable, which we don't want to. Richards hopefully is okay. I haven't heard too much whether or not he's 100% to start this one, but him for me is the only one that I can actually see creating something for us at the moment. Walsh, for me, doesn't do enough creativity. He's kind of perfect for the build-up play. Saville is good for, breaking the game up, winning the ball back. So those two can be on the field. Fane, there's a question mark on can he produce it consistently week by week, but he does bring that energy in the midfield, that athletic, energy that he does bring, which is fantastic. But we're lacking that little bit of final product, and I did make a video on this where we are doing most things right, but then when we are getting into the final third, that final, decision making, it's just not there at the moment. And that's what we need to kind of start changing that around and start clicking in front of goal. I know we scored 3 goals recently against Stockport, but realistically we didn't have many chances and we kind of took advantage on the counter-attack or through sloppy moments. Also, another way we can take full advantage against Barnsley is through set pieces. They're not the greatest of teams through set pieces. They do, concede a lot of fouls. We can hit them on the transition, especially after turnovers. We can exploit the fullbacks with wide overloads. So having a Bramall as your left back with maybe a Kadir in front of him would be an ideal left-hand side. And then if you've got Hakeem Adofin as the right back, Isaiah Jones could be that attacking right winger. So I feel like out wide, that could be a really good way to exploit Barnsley, playing a 4-2-3-1 formation. I think switching it to a back four would make sense for this weekend. As I've already mentioned, set pieces I do think we could take full advantage of. And also, we do quite well when we are scoring the first goal. Every time we go ahead in a game, we do very well. We manage the game properly. Barnsley, on the other hand, though, they can hurt us if we're not too... Well, we need to be careful. They are really good at coming back from losing positions. It's one of their biggest strengths. They've done that quite a bit this season, so they have the right mentality. Individual quality in attack. McGoldrick is one of the most experienced strikers in the league. He still has it at his age. You've got Phillips as well, really good player. And my favourite Barnsley player at the moment is Luke O'Connell. Really, really good midfielder, and he's someone that I would love Luton to sign in the January transfer window if we could bring him to the football club. But yeah, he is someone that I would recommend to watch out for in the midfield. They also have a set-piece threat, so we don't really want to give them too many corners. But Barnsley, the one thing which they do slightly different compared to Luton, they shoot from outside the box. They will have plenty of attempts. So if we're going to give them space outside the box, they will take full advantage of that. They will have a go. They're not afraid to shoot. Whereas we are very scared to shoot from outside the box, which is quite frustrating. So yeah, that's kind of how I see the strengths and weaknesses from both sides. But like I've already mentioned, I'm actually going into this game with a bit of confidence because away from home, when we play against a team that are trying to win a game, I think we do better compared to a team that put 11 players behind the ball. So yeah, I reckon we could get something. And I think it's really important at the moment to continue this unbeaten run. Go get past this game, not losing. Take a point away from home and take it into the next 2 home games which we've got, which is against Huddersfield and Bolton. So I think that would put us in a really good position and then slowly build up. So yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling towards the game. My score prediction, I'm going to go with a 2-2 score prediction. I feel like there's going to be goals in this one just because of how both teams play. So yeah, that's my score prediction. Let me know your score predictions down in the video comments. If you're new to my channel, hit that sub button, smash the like button on today's video, and I'll see you guys in my match reaction after the game.